hit the link at the bottom of the screen to check out the entire show. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We have one final game on Max's card, 9 p.m. Eastern. Big Sky Country. Idaho Vandals, 0-7, 0-4 in conference at Southern Utah Thunderbirds, 7-1, 2-0 in conference. We're at the America First Event Center, Cedar City, Utah. Southern Utah is 13.5-point favorites at FanDuel. That's with minus 106 juice. We'll start with Idaho. The Vandals came very close to their first win of the season in an 83-78 overtime loss at home to Northern Arizona last out. They're losing by an average of 15.3 points per game on the season. 6'8" senior center Scott Blakeney leads the team with 12.7 points, but is only getting 2.6 rebounds a game. He fouled out late in the overtime loss to Northern Arizona. Sophomore guard Gabe Quintet is the only other player in double figures. He's averaging 10.7 points per game, but he is hitting 48.4% from three. Southern Utah is in their first game back from the Christmas break. Their last two games before the break were easy wins over National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association Bethesda Flames. Their last game against a Div 1 opponent was a bet Max won, and I tailed when they beat Dixie State 85-78, but didn't cover. And in that game, Max gave it out on the show at plus 11.5. That went down to plus 8.5. So even if you got in late, you still cashed. In that game, they hit 46.9% from the field. Oh, sorry. Over the season, they hit 46.9% from the field, but just 66.9% from the foul line. And that reared its ugly head when we covered with Dixie State against them. They're led by shooting guard Tavian Jones, who's averaging 18.1 points per game, and point guard John Knight III, who's averaging 12.9 points, 5.5 boards, 4.6 assists a game. Very interested in your breakdown here, Max. Idaho Vandals, Southern Utah Thunderbirds. Let's roll.
Yeah, Jim, with Idaho, plain and simply, you got to stop them from the three-point line. With guys like Dane Thacker, DeAndre Robinson, and obviously you just mentioned Gabe Quinnett, these are guys that are capable of hitting a long-distance shot and basically squashing your dreams of cashing this ticket, taking it to a local strip club, and supporting a local stripper. However, don't worry. Southern Utah likes to take care of business. Southern Utah, first off, I have faith that they're going to turn this Idaho team over. This is an Idaho team that definitely has some turnover issues, and to make matters worse for them, their second half turnover issues. And when you turn the ball over in the second half, that means that you're either blowing leads or getting blown out. I think that with this Idaho team, you want to see them protect the ball. They don't really have a ton of rim protection. You already mentioned Scott Blakeney. That doesn't really jump that high. So I don't really think that you're going to have a lot of stoppage when it comes to getting to the rim. And with this Southern Utah team, they are a diverse, very balanced offensive team. You already mentioned Tavion Jones comes over from Illinois, and he's been a revelation. Last year, this three-point shooting attack was non-existent. This year, we already know it is very fluid, very active, and ruthless. I think with Southern Utah, they play much better at home. We've already seen them put games over. We've seen them cover spreads. I would have loved to get this game at 11 where it opened. I'm going to take the 13 or 13.5, whatever you can line shop for me, Jim, because this is a team that can get to 80. This is a team that is loving overs in this range, and I still don't think that the odds makers have figured out how to line for them. I think that this is a situation that you can sell some points in once again on the total this time, not on the side. I would like this total. I would sell it up to 149.5. And we're talking about 145 at most offshore places for me at least. When I look at Southern Utah, simply they need to start strong. This is a team that doesn't want to have to make a ton of adjustments at halftime if something's working for them, and they have to keep their opponents off balance by hitting the three. Obviously, with Mason Fawzet, he's done a fantastic job of being the receiver of John Knight and Dre Marin passes, and he's hitting it around 50% and putting in 14 points a game. John Knight definitely has to run the show, get to the free throw line, and be the guy that's making free throws. He's the most trustable one there. However, with Tevion Jones, he's a 3-level scorer. He's finally getting the minutes and the attention that he needed, and now he's producing. I think that they continue to produce. I think that this is a team that gets more than 10 threes tomorrow, makes their season average of over 16 free throw makes, dominates on the offensive glass, because we know that this is where Idaho struggles the most, keeping teams off the offensive glass. Southern Utah does a fantastic job of that. I think that will make a big difference when it comes to the total and comes to the spread. And if Southern Utah does the simple fundamental things right, share the ball, take care of your rim protection, don't allow Idaho to just have free range in the half court, pressure them, force them into mistakes. So, and then the one caveat to why I still like Southern Utah, even though this line has moved 2.5 points, is they got 3-point shooters off the bench, whether it be Nick Fleming, whether it be Dee Barnes, whether it be Annan Moody. All these guys are capable of having a big game. I think Southern Utah does not take Idaho lightly, puts them out of their misery early, and also recognizes this isn't Dixie State. This is a team that is definitely in rebuild mode and does not have the offensive weapons to go toe-to-toe with them. So Southern Utah is a spot for me, Jim.
Southern Utah -13, -110 at Circa. Do you also want the over?
What number can you get? If you can get me 145 or less, then I'll take it right now.
I can get you 145 at Circa.
I will take it.
Over 145 -110 at Circa. And that total seems like a great spot for me to tail